What's up, guys? Just wanted to do a little video here on using Bookmap to find supply and demand liquidity levels. And you can see that we've got this chart from, I believe this was Friday, set up Friday's session, it might have been the 12th. And we're just looking at these liquidity levels here. I'm just going to show you. Obviously, I had these marked, but so 4806. 47.99, 47.95, et cetera, et cetera. So these are your supply levels up here, your demand levels down here. And I like to add in the pivots when I look at these. So let me just show you what that looks like with the pivots added in. Let's see here. It's this one. Okay, so here you can see I have the pivots actually marked. There's your R3 cam, your value area high, your IB range, or your opening range. So just flipping over to Trading View to show you how I find those. And let's look at ES. So this is ES. This would be Thursday and Friday session. So Thursday would be the value area markings for Friday's session. And you can see I have value area high right here at 48.33. And then if we pop back over to, I believe it was this one, 48.33. Look at that. There's all this liquidity right at R3. Okay. Flipping back over. I've got VPOC here. We've got S3 and then value area low at 47.95 roughly. So S3 was 48.08. Let's just flip back over and see if there's any suspicious or conspicuous liquidity there. And sure enough, right here, there's all this demand right at S3. Value area low was down here near 47.80. And so let's just take a look at what happened. And you can see price came down past S3. I think we went all the way to like S4 or S5 on that run. And we just pull that up here. See how low that went. Did I put it S5? Yes, it did. Went right to S5. And I may have had S5 marked on the chart, but this is just a quick screenshot that we're looking at. So this is what it looks like in the notes with the liquidity levels marked. Okay, so going back over into, let's do something current, maybe. Let's take a look at this here. This is from the other day, also ES, looking at Bitcoin, because it's Saturday. I'm just recording this, trying to get this, my Gyaki fix. Thank you, Gyaki, for giving me energy and strength. I appreciate it. Oh, that's good. We're going to be flying. All right, so here's Bitcoin, and you can see that we came down off of R3. We're right in the middle at the 50% line, just below value area low, which is this orange line here. Price dipped down to S3, which was kind of the lower end of the extreme. And if I zoom in here, you can see we also have the IB range or the opening range. This is the first hour of the open. So this would have been Saturday's open. This occurs, I think, around 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm in California, and so that's about 4 o'clock today. Are we at 4? So yeah, so there's a new day starting right here, and you can see this is the old day, and then this is the new day starting right there. So there's the new Camarilla levels. So what does this look like in Bookmap, and how do we get those levels marked? So I went ahead and marked the levels already. This is Bitcoin right now on Saturday. I think it's the 12th of January. And as you can see, there's some confluence with S3. There's some liquidity right there. There's a bunch of liquidity at the IB range. So there's IB high, there's IB low, there's value area low. So we're below VL. And there's liquidity at S2. This would be the 4 pivot. There's liquidity near R3 and R2. This is the R5 Camarilla right at 48 tons of liquidity there. So you can see these liquidity levels, these supply and demand levels. These are showing you where the actual orders are sitting. Now, these orders may have made it over onto the DOM, and they may be sitting here in the quotes ready to be added to the DOM. And so this is a visual histogram of the numbers here. And so you can see there are some large orders sitting right in this area. There's some large orders here, a bunch of orders down here that maybe just corresponds to the IB range. This could be some responsive buying and selling. 1,059 Bitcoin. That's quite a few. Over here, we've got the time and sells. So how do we get the notes open? This is a cool feature I love in Bookmap. What you want to do, the notes don't come standard. They don't pop up in the menu. So if I was to, for example, I'm going to right click into the volume profile, and this is the menu that pops up. And this one shows the notes right here, custom notes or cloud notes. So that's cool. In the version on Thinkorswim, it doesn't always give you that option. So you go into configure column and you hit this little plus button right here. Right, hit the plus button. You can now name this. I'm going to name this notes. And then you click on this little submenu order and submenu arrow. And then this gets you into all these extra options. Let's do a last trade, for example. So last trade is, I'll just show you right here. Last trade is these numbers that are popping up. These are showing you if these are market orders or limit orders that are getting filled. Um, let's change this to, I just call this T for trades and drop down into where's the last trade right there. So hit create. And this one doesn't have a lot of things to add to it. So this popped up over here. I'm gonna bring this over and stick this, let's put it between my quotes counter, just so you can see what's happening. So this is telling me that 0.01 Bitcoin or 1/10 of a Bitcoin was just sold at a market order. Somebody marketed into uh, 1/10 of a Bitcoin right here. And this matches this. So whatever, this is already installed on the heat map, but it's nice to have it sometimes. Sometimes I like to move it and put it between my quotes counter here so I can see, where the action is happening. And right now it looks like there's a little bit of a sellers are kind of in control at the moment. Looking at the time and sales, there are some sales coming through. Price is kind of balanced. Okay, so we bounced up now. We just somebody just bought 1/10 of a Bitcoin at the bid price and I'm sorry, at the ask price. And so the spread is widening. Sometimes that indicates a potential for a turnaround or a move. I don't think anything is really happening right now. I think price is just kind of stagnant here. But I just wanted to show you the notes and how they correspond to the supply and demand levels, how you can mark your pivots, you can mark your value area high. And I'll just show you real quick how to do that in the notes. So I'm going to left click right here by 43,800. I don't know that this is a significant level as far as pivots or value area. Let's just call it a key level. And so I'm going to type in key and go over here to style. Let's leave it orange, but if you click into this, it gives you all these options for different colors, etc. I'm going to click OK. And so now I have a key level marked right here. Let's edit this. We'll just give this a little star asterisk. We can change this to blue. Okay. And then if you want to move it, you're like, well, I think this is more important down here. You can move that. You can move it. Oh, there's 41,600. Now that's so that's a great way to mark your levels and figure out what's important and trade off of those. Gives you a real edge. I'm just going to go over real quickly. This is the volume profile, session volume. So this is like all the volume where it's happened since I've been open. That's the thing about Bookmap. It's always since you've been open. Sometimes you can load historical data depending on the version. There's three versions. There's the Thinkorswim version, which I use a lot for stocks and futures. Um, it's kind of in beta. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Then there's the paid version, which has all sorts of trading features. You can trade live off the heat map. And then this version is the free digital version. So this is just for crypto. I don't have this enabled for trading, but I do like to watch the market depth and the open interest as it's coming in, give me a real insight as to where price can go. You know, you can see that there's more sellers than there are buyers. That's clear. There's more supply than there is demand. So I would say the bears are in control here. There's a lot of bearish coming orders filling on the time and sales. And then if we go back and look at Trading View, and you can see that we just had a great big bearish move, came down off, and now we're in a sideways horizontal consolidation. What's the likelihood that this bounces? I don't know. This could conceivably bounce up to 4418, which is the R3 extreme, and then continue south. My feeling is that this rotation structure, you can see where it's been here for a while, and we attempted to break out and came to the top. Then we broke out, and then we fell off. There's my timer. I don't want to bore you guys with this too long, but we fell off after the breakout. Now we came back in. So the likelihood of this continuing back down to 40560, it's pretty strong that this is going to retest the bottom of the rotation structure and possibly come off. And you know, this big dip, this was when the ETFs were approved, right? Bitcoin has been consistently selling off. It's a sell the news event in Bitcoin. So my feeling is we're going to go down to 4,600 pretty soon, and then we'll see from there. You know, the measured move, just looking at it here, 4,600, 40,300 even, looks like where we're headed. But it all depends on how this little rotation breaks out here. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you get anything out of it, please hit the subscribe button and give me a like. Feel free to ask me any questions on Twitter. That's at Phils Jackson. And I hope you guys have a good time trading out there. I will catch you on the next one.